Welcome everyone. Join us today as we delve into the captivating journey of Steve Priest, the legendary bassist and co-founding member of the glam rock band, The Sweet. From his humble beginnings to global stardom, witness the highs and lows of his remarkable career. So let's dive in. Steve Priest, born Stephen Norman Priest on the 23rd of February 1948 in Hayes, Middlesex in England, to father Norman and mother Margaret. Priest's musical journey began under the influence of his father, who instilled in him a passion for music, having been a member of a Hawaiian band in the 1930s. Inspired by iconic bass players like Jet Harris of The Shadows, Priest crafted his own bass guitar and immersed himself in the local music scene during the early 1960s. Influenced by the sounds of the Rolling Stones and The Who, he honed his skills in various local bands, laying the foundation for his future success in the world of rock music. In January 1968, Priest received an invitation that would change his life forever, to join forces with vocalist Brian Connolly, drummer Mick Tucker, and guitarist Frank E. Torpey. The quartet laid the foundation for what would later evolve into the iconic band known as The Sweet. After Torpey's departure and subsequent replacement by Mick Stewart in July 1969, the group continued to refine its sound. However, it was in August 1970, with the addition of guitarist Andy Scott following Stewart's exit, that The Sweet solidified its classic lineup, setting the stage for their legendary journey in the world of rock music. But the road to success was far from smooth. The band initially struggled to find their sound and identity. They experimented with various musical styles, from bubblegum pop to hard rock, but nothing seemed to click. It was a trying period, filled with moments of doubt and disappointment. Yet, they persevered, fueled by their shared passion for music and their unwavering belief in their potential. The breakthrough came in 1971 when they met songwriters Nicky Chinn and Mike Chapman. The duo helped Sweet hone their distinctive glam rock sound, a blend of catchy melodies, powerful guitar riffs, and theatrical performances. It was a sound that was uniquely their own, a sound that would soon captivate audiences worldwide. Priest and his bandmates were about to take the world by storm. With their new direction, Sweet started to gain attention, with both Chinn and Chapman's songs, as well as a number of their own hits down the track. Their songs began to climb the charts, and their performances drew larger crowds. It was clear that they were on the cusp of something big. Priest, Brian Connolly, Andy Scott, and Mick Tucker had transformed from struggling musicians to rising stars. Their first hit, Funny Funny, climbed international charts in March 1971. Their LP, Funny How Sweet Coco Can Be, was released in November 1971, featuring singles like Coco and Alexander Graham Bell, though it didn't make a significant impact on the charts. In February 1972, Papa Joe hit number 1 in Finland and reached number 11 on the UK singles chart. Following singles, Little Willie and Wigwam Bam both hit number 4 in the UK. Little Willie reached number 3 on the US Billboard Hot 100 in 1973. January 1973 saw Blockbuster become The Sweet's first UK number 1 single, holding the spot for 5 weeks. Their US label, Bell, released their debut American album, The Sweet, in July 1973. Priest, both on and off stage, had his share of memorable moments. Sweet frequently appeared on UK and European TV shows to promote their singles, including Top of the Pops and Supersonic. One notable encounter involved David Bowie backstage on Top of the Pops, where Bowie suggested subtlety with his makeup, to which Priest famously replied, "I'm supposed to look like an old tart." Another incident during song Blockbuster on Top of the Pops, Christmas edition in 1973, stirred controversy, when Priest drew on a moustache, wore a swastika armband and German military uniform he found backstage in BBC's wardrobe. These, upon many, stories highlighting Priest's unapologetic, fun, and irreverent approach to his rock and roll persona. By the end of 1973, the band simplified their name to Sweet. Sweet's success came with a price, as tensions with management grew over their bubblegum image. Despite this, they showcased their talent through live performances, with a concert incident inspiring their iconic song, The Ballroom Blitz. Meanwhile, their chart success continued, especially in the UK, Denmark, and Germany. From mid-1973 to early 1974, Sweet grew disillusioned with their management's direction, rejecting songs like Dynamite. They recorded album, Sweet Fanny Adams, showcasing their own hard rock tracks and a new sound. However, Brian Connolly's throat injury during sessions impacted the album's completion. Despite challenges, Sweet Fanny Adams marked a turning point for the band, leading to more self-produced work. Their subsequent album, Desolation Boulevard, saw a change in producer and a rawer sound. Hits like The 16s and Fox on the Run highlighted their transition to harder rock. The US version of the album included tracks from Sweet Fanny Adams, and Fox on the Run became their biggest hit. The band's self-sufficiency was evident with their next album, Give Us a Wink, featuring their first self-written and produced hit single, Fox on the Run. They continued their success with hits like Action and The Lies in Your Eyes. However, internal and external pressures led to challenges in maintaining their popularity, despite their ongoing creative evolution. During their US tour between March and May 1978, Sweet faced challenges due to Brian Connolly's alcoholism, culminating in a troubled performance in Birmingham, Alabama. Capitol Records executives witnessed Connolly's struggles, prompting concerns. The tour continued, but tensions grew within the band. By November 1978, Connolly departed from Sweet, with his exit officially announced in February 1979, as he expressed interest in pursuing a solo career in country rock. After Connolly's departure, Sweet continued as a trio, with Priest taking on lead vocals. They released singles like Call Me, and albums such as Water's Edge and Identity Crisis. Tragically, Mick Tucker's wife passed away in 1979, leading to a hiatus from live performances. The band eventually disbanded in 1981, with Priest relocating to the US. In 1985, Andy Scott invited Priest to reunite with Sweet, but he declined the offer. During the 1980s, Priest mostly withdrew from the public eye but occasionally engaged in production, session work, and collaborations with artists like David Arkenstone and future bandmate Stuart Smith. In 1988, there was an attempt to reunite the original Sweet members for a studio album, but the project fell through due to disagreements. Despite the band's past difficulties, Priest maintained his friendship with former lead singer Brian Connolly, who was in poor health. In 1994, Priest released his autobiography titled, Are You Ready, Steve?, named after a line from the Sweet song, The Ballroom Blitz. He also released a CD titled, Priest's Precious Poems, in 2006. In January 2008, Priest formed his own version of Sweet in Los Angeles with guitarist Stuart Smith, drummer Richie Honori, keyboardist Stevie Stewart, and vocalist Joe Retta. They embarked on the Are You Ready, Steve tour, performing at venues across the US and Canada, including festivals like Moondance Jam and Rock and Resort Music Festival. The band released a cover of The Beatles' Ticket to Ride, and a live album titled, Live in America. Over the years, they toured extensively, including South America and Europe, with various lineup changes. In December 2017, they launched their 50th anniversary tour with new singer Paul Zabludovsky, also known as Paulie Z. Priest, while in New York, also formed a band called The Allies, with guitarist Marco Delma and drummer Steve Missel. Despite their efforts, success proved elusive, though their song, Talk to Me, was featured in the film, Fast Food. Personally, after the disbandment of Sweet, Priest divorced his first wife Pat Randall, and relocated to New York City. On the 18th of June 1981, he married his second wife, Maureen O'Connor, who was the East Coast Director of Publicity and Artist Relations for Capitol EMI Records at the time. Following 1985, Priest and his family moved to Los Angeles. In his later years, he resided with his wife Maureen and their two daughters in La Canada, Flintridge, California. Sadly, on June 4, 2020, at the age of 72, Steve Priest passed away due to heart disease. He was cremated, and his ashes are interred at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. He is survived by his wife, Maureen, three daughters Lisa, Danielle, and Maggie, as well as three grandchildren, Jordan, Jade, and Hazel. And there you have it. As we conclude our exploration into the life of Steve Priest, we honor his enduring legacy in the world of rock music. His contributions to Sweet and the music industry as a whole will forever be remembered. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the lives of music icons. Take care and bye for now.